All right, let's cut right to it and talk about your brain. We're going to look at the actual science behind how you can use food to sharpen your focus, boost your memory, and really protect your brain for the long haul. So let's dive in.
You know the feeling, right? You're trying so hard to concentrate, but your thoughts just feel fuzzy. You walk into a room and completely blank on why you went in there in the first place. This isn't some personal failing. It's a real thing called brain fog. And honestly, it's a huge sign that your brain might be crying out for the right kind of fuel. And get this, the power of what you eat is absolutely staggering. A huge study, we're talking over 100,000 people, found that just getting enough omega-3s regularly was linked to about a 20% lower risk of cognitive decline, a 20% drop. That is a massive impact from something you can literally pick up on your next grocery run. Okay, so to figure out how to clear that fog, we first have to understand what's actually going on up there. It really all boils down to the health of your brain cells and how well they're talking to each other. Just take a second to let that number sink in. 86 billion nerve cells. That is an absolutely astronomical number of tiny processors, all firing away. Keeping that massive, complex network happy and running smoothly, well, that's the whole secret to having a sharp mind. And this is where the magic really happens. See, your neurons communicate across these little gaps called synapses. Every single time you learn something new, have a thought, or create a memory, you're literally building and strengthening these connections. So it's not just about having the neurons, it's about the quality of those connections. So let's look at the difference. On one side, you've got a healthy brain. The connections are strong, fast, and there's very little inflammation. On the other side, that's what brain fog looks like. The connections are weaker, and there's a lot more inflammation and oxidative stress. You can literally think of it like rust building up on your brain's wiring. It slows everything down, causing that mental static. So, the big question, how do we start fixing this? Well, our first line of attack is to give our brain the right building materials. I mean, if you're gonna build a skyscraper, you need high-quality steel and concrete, right? Your brain's no different. And for this job, we're talking about heavy hitters like fatty fish, think salmon and sardines, and walnuts. You know, it's kind of funny how walnuts actually look like little brains. Maybe nature's trying to give us a hint there. These foods are just packed with the essentials. So here's the nitty-gritty. About 60% of your brain is made of fat, and the absolute superstar of that fat is an omega-3 called DHA. You find tons of it in fatty fish. It's not just important for your brain cells, it is the literal physical building block they're made of. And walnuts? They bring another type of omega-3, ALA, which helps keep the blood vessels clear, making sure that brain of yours gets all the oxygen and nutrients it needs to thrive. All right, so building a strong brain is step one, but step two is just as crucial. You have to protect it. You have to defend it from all the daily damage. And that's where this next group of foods comes into play. They act like a personal bodyguard for your brain. And the heroes of this part of the story? The vibrant blueberry and powerhouse dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. Seriously, think of these as your brain's elite security team, on call 24/7 to neutralize threats.
The secret is in compounds like anthocyanins. That's the stuff that gives blueberries that incredible deep color. They are ridiculously powerful antioxidants that fight off that rust we talked about. And you have to hear this. One study found that older adults who ate leafy greens regularly had brains that functioned like they were 11 years younger than those who didn't. 11 years. That's incredible.
Okay, so we've built the structure and we've put up the protective shields. Now, let's talk about performance. Let's talk about kicking things into high gear. This third group of foods contains compounds that can actively level up your brain's day-to-day performance. And for this, we have two really fascinating options. The classic, time-tested green tea, and an amazing fungus that's been getting a ton of attention lately, the lion's mane mushroom. These aren't just generally healthy, they have very specific, very real effects on your focus. What's so cool here is the synergy. With green tea, you get a little bit of caffeine for alertness, but it comes perfectly packaged with L-theanine. L-theanine promotes this amazing feeling of calm, alert focus, no jitters. But lion's mane, man, this stuff is on another level. Research is showing that its unique compounds might actually stimulate neurogenesis, which is the growth of brand new neurons and connections in your brain. That's a total game changer.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of the what and the why, but none of that matters if you don't know how to put it into practice. So let's make this super simple.
let's create a game plan.
This right here is basically a cheat sheet for the mind diet. Now, the full name is a mouthful, but the concept is simple. It takes the best parts of 2 of the healthiest diets on the planet and focuses them squarely on brain health. And as you can see, it's pretty much everything we've been talking about. More plants, more berries, more healthy fats, and less of the stuff that causes that inflammation we want to avoid. But look, the key is to not get overwhelmed. You don't have to change your entire life overnight. Just pick one. Seriously, just one of these things. Can you toss some spinach in your eggs? Swap 1 coffee for green tea? The goal here is progress, not perfection. And starting that one small habit can make a huge difference down the line. And I really want to leave you with this idea because it's so incredibly powerful. It's called neuroplasticity. It means your brain isn't some fixed thing you're stuck with. It's constantly changing, rewiring itself based on what you do, what you experience, and most importantly, what you feed it. And the best part, it's never ever too late to start making it better. So it really all comes down to this. After everything we've just talked about, what is the one small thing you're going to do today? Just pick one. Will it be a handful of blueberries, a cup of green tea? Decide on it right now and then go make it happen. Your future, sharper self is definitely going to thank you for it. And of course, just a quick but important reminder. Everything we've talked about here is for informational purposes. We're not your doctor, so please always talk to a qualified healthcare professional before you make any big changes to your diet or health routine, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions. Stay safe.
Thank you for being here with me today. Remember, small choices create big changes. Keep nourishing your health with love and consistency. See you in the next Vital Elixir video.